Everybody that's anybody in the music business performed live from Studio A.
It's Columbus radio at its finest.
They like it. That's where the support comes from.
I love WCBE, and I can't imagine Columbus without it.
It's a privilege, Maggie.
But we'll do a brief intro, get you going, and come back and chat.
Okay.
Music does matter here at WCBE, and we are round two live from Studio A this afternoon, and we're happy to have Daniel Donato in the studio for the first time. So welcome to our little space here.
Thank you, Maggie.
We've got a new CD to talk about. The show, of course, tonight at Kemba Live, and we'll have some more tickets to give away. We'll hear about the new CD from Daniel Donato and where it all started for him and where he's going after Columbus. So what's this first one you're going to do?
This first song is the first single from Reflector, Lose Your Mind.
All right. Daniel Donato live from Studio A.
Desperate to awaken, confidence is shaken. It all seems so frightening, gets to be enlightening. No, you're not mistaken, given all that's taken. Birds in flight wanna sing, bells and chimes gonna ring. 'Cause it's a long gone stretch of time to an everlasting smile. The first steps down the line begins a trial. So lose your mind in the song and find yourself in all that's wrong. It's a long gone stretch of time to lose your mind. Daybreak killed the dream, with it came a glowing gleam, visions of gold and green, worlds bursting at their seams, plans held so dear, all in time disappear into a long, long ride, lights flashing, passing by. 'Cause it's a long gone stretch of time to an everlasting smile. The first steps down the line begins a trial. So lose your mind in the song and find yourself in all that's wrong. It's a long gone stretch of time to lose your mind. It's a long gone stretch of time to an everlasting smile. The first steps down the line begins a trial. So lose your mind in the song and find yourself in all that's wrong. It's a long gone stretch of time to lose your mind.
It is Daniel Donato joining us live from Studio A, the lead-off track to the brand new album just released in November, Reflector. That was Lose Your Mind, and tonight's the show at Kemba Live with Green Sky Bluegrass. And we'll do a ticket giveaway after the next song. Doors are at 6:30. Do you go on 8? Are we thinking 8, 7:30? Do you know yet?
It is
We'll find out.
6:30 to 7:15.
The doors are at 6:30.
I think we're on at 6:30.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I think so.
Well, we'll double check.
Oh no, 6. Yeah, somewhere. That 6:30, 7:15. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all
We
right.
just checked Master Tour, that touring application that all the musicians have on their phones. It has everything,
Oh, nice.
all the logistics for the day, and
That's a good app to have.
it is. It's a resourceful. Yeah, it is. It's a good foundation.
Well, let's get to know you. I know you're based in Nashville. Is that where you were born and raised, or did you relocate from elsewhere?
We moved to a small town about an hour south of Nashville when I was 8. My family and I from New Jersey, and right now I have a cabin out in the woods about an hour west of there.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'm never home, you know.
Right.
So I live way out in the country. Nashville's not so much the country anymore as much as it once was.
And so this is your first full length of original material.
This is the Reflector is, yeah.
So what was before that? You were a band leader for, was it cover bands, or so you were playing with other people's songs?
Yeah, it was a whole. For me, it was a whole lifetime of experience of starting from busking on the street when I was a teenager in Nashville to playing in the honky tonks down there, and then I got into a very well-known band on a Nashville level called the Don Kelly Band, which was more or less like the archetypal premier Nashville band. Like, because Nashville has this brand of great guitarists and high-level musicians and great country songs, Three Chords and the Truth, like Harlan Howard we talk about. And this band, more or less, was that band. And they were unsung heroes of Nashville, and they played at this legendary venue called Robert's Western World. And that building is sincerely so cosmic. It's 24 feet away from the Ryman. It's where Showbud pedal steel guitars used to be made. It's the building where Willie Nelson bought Trigger in. Great songs have been written in that building, and amazing bands still play there. And it's kind of the only place left on Broadway, more or less, that really still sticks to its guns with traditional country music and Western swing and bluegrass and gospel. And
And it's 7 nights a week, isn't it? Do they do 7 nights?
they play 7. The building operates at 7 nights a week. I played 4 nights a week for 4 hours a night
With the same band?
with the Don Kelly Band. Yeah, I did
Nice.
464 shows of it, and that was kind of my. That was a great endowment of experience for me on how to lead a band and how to communicate music to a room and how to read a room and also just how to play country music and what those songs are and who wrote the songs and how the songs can flow into a story of a show, and an astounding experience. And then after that, once I left that band, I was more or less like a hired gun in other people's bands. I'd learn their songs, play guitar, I'd play on their records and go on tour with them. And I did that for a few years, and then Cosmic Country started coming into fruition. I was just hustling, emailing venues, trying to, because I just knew I had my own truth to say and my own story to tell, and I couldn't really do that in the bands that I was playing. And so, yeah, I would, all
Started
that.
out.
Yeah. And then here we are today. It's kind of these linear events that lead to each other.
And Roberts, do they still have the boots and all that too?
They do still have the boots. Yeah,
sell
Robert
boots and-
Moore.
yeah.
Yeah, that was his thing when he gave the keys over to Jesse Lee Jones, who's now the owner, along with his wife Emily. 2 fantastic people that are great friends and supporters of mine. Yeah, that was one of his things, is don't get rid of the boots. And keep drink prices low.
The same? Or
Yeah,
pretty much. as
yeah.
Some costs go up.
Yeah, because it's really I don't really support. I guess commercially I do, but I don't really love on a cultural level what's happened down there on Broadway, especially with the culture of what's happened musically. It was once such a special, sacred place of American music, and now it's very commercialized in a way that's kind of desensitized to what the actual frequency of Nashville and its music is about. Aside from Roberts,
The history of it. Yeah.
oh my God,
It's too glossy.
Yeah, it's a little glossy.
Not Roberts, but
Oh, yeah,
other
it's
things.
kind of like in its teenage phase where it's like yelling at its parents and slamming the door. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, you learned a great deal from playing with Roberts and playing those good covers, and
Oh,
it's like a history lesson there as well. And so, when did you start putting your words on paper?
I kind of always did. I always had ideas of poems and ways that things would just come to me and I just had to get them out. Like Willie Nelson said, words just keep coming to his head and he just got to put them down, So I kind of always have, but it didn't really become my full-time identity of what I do musically up until maybe 6 years ago.
And so, now we're solo today. Is it full band tonight, or are you doing a solo
It's full
set?
band tonight.
All right.
Yeah, I like doing the radio stuff solo a lot of the time. Kind of stretch the story out and turn things into
Sure.
more of just a straight country thing. That's kind of the thing with Cosmic Country is it's kind of this duality of three chords in the truth and then also the universe in the truth, and with the band, you can kind of get into the universe side of things a lot easier. But in these settings,
Yeah,
the
we
story.
we like the setup too.
Yeah.
And we're happy to have you here, getting to know Daniel Donato this afternoon, live from Studio A. And he's got a couple more songs for us, and we'll have some tickets to give away. What's this next one you're going to do?
This one's called High Country.
Excellent.
Yeah. Key of F sharp for anyone who's listening.
I got my wheels in motion with that same old notion. What will be if I end this ride out of darkness into light? As my clouds roll out of sight. Well, I've known this city and her thrills within. The sights and sounds I've been drowning in like an island in a rising stream. Except it's not a dream. Postcards fading out of view in the high country. Gone them city blues in the high country. Got all day to make it true in the high country. High, 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 high country. And I see the miles in the land roll by. A band of brothers on the long white line. Skip the fine print in every sign. Ace the test, but lose your mind. Scatter the ashes of another vow. We'll leave the weeping to the willows now, like a bluebird in the lonesome pine. The way home he'll always find. Postcards fading out of view in the high country. Get gone them city blues in the high country. Got all day to make it true in the high country. High, 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 high country. Running from the storm, it's just a memory. Seen some road and what was meant to be. Climbing uphill, picking up speed. There's only one place I gotta be. Ooh. Postcards fading out of view in the high country. Get gone, them city blues in the high country. Got all day to make it true in the high country. High, 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 high. High, 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 high. High, 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 high. Country.
Excellent. It is Daniel Donato joining us live from Studio A, one you've been hearing, High Country, as well as Lose Your Mind, the two that he's played for us thus far. He's got another one coming up. It's hard to pick a favorite on this 15-song track, 15-album release called Reflector. And tonight, the show at Kemba Live will take caller number 5 for a pair of tickets right now. And details at promowestlive.com, 614-821-9223. Tell us a little about Papa Donato, who would sit and pick with you, right, in the early, as you started out?
Yeah, my dad, my father, Severio, he, without him, I wouldn't be here. I would not be sitting in this chair. It's immeasurable, you know, of a person's relationship to their father and what that can be in its potential or what it can't be. I fortunately got a really good hand with my dad. Yeah, my dad supported me in ways and gave me bandwidth to have a vision for my life that I didn't even comprehend for myself at the time, and supported me and challenged me along the way on every level. And yeah, I mean, when I first started playing, he would show me how to play rhythm, you know, you know, Sweet Melissa, crossroads seem to come and go, and he would hit the on the acoustic, and I would
Nice.
just, you know, that I'd be strumming the chords, and you know, and then when it came time for me to start playing on stage, and or even just start busking, he would, you know, drive me down there and stand by my guitar case, make sure nobody stole my money, you know, and every step of the way, you know, help make my first website for me and give me my, you know, first business cards and
cool.
press kit and everything. Yeah.
So tell us about this guitar that you're on. It kind of looks like a Telecaster.
Yeah, it is. It's called the Epoch. It's a guitar I designed. Back in the day at Roberts, I just used a pretty traditional Telecaster that Fender would make. But when it came time for when Cosmic Country started reaching a certain frequency, that guitar wasn't really cutting it in terms of dynamic and bandwidth. So I more or less had to design a guitar for it. You know, it kind of makes sense. Like, you know, Jerry has his own thing, and Hendrix had his own thing. Trey, Anastasio, and Billy Strings kind of has his own formulation going on with his guitar, and same with Chet Atkins too. You know, Chet Atkins had many lines of guitars with Gretsch that he would design, and Les Paul too, and so all my heroes. It seems like they would take something and then they would just modify it just a touch and evolve it a little, so it's still traditional, but it's also modernly effective. And that's what this beauty
so
is.
cool.
Yeah,
Taylor fit.
Taylor fit. Dan Neefsey, he made this guitar, and yeah, we just sold 5 of them. Yeah, so people are
that's so
buying
cool.
them. Yeah, they're awesome.
Wow. So tonight's in Columbus, and this new album, I'm sure you're going to keep on going out on the road with Green Sky Bluegrass for a bit, I know, and then you'll be at their festival in July, 4848 Festival in Snowshoe.
Yep.
Are you doing a lot of other festival circuit stuff?
Yeah, we're really lucky. The whole community of this part of America and its music has really embraced us with all the love possible. It's an overwhelming sensation, consistently, day by day, hour by hour, just overwhelming and so real and enduring. And so every opportunity that we get that makes sense for us to take, we put it on the calendar, and it's top priority. We have that. We have Camp Cosmic that we're doing on 420 at the Caverns in Tennessee, in Pelham.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm playing with Widespread Panic in Mexico this year, and we're doing the Ryman with Green Sky for 2 nights. We're doing Red Rocks with Humphreys McGee, and we just sold out, I think, 25 shows out of 33 shows so far this year. with her own
Congratulations.
community. It's great.
Yeah. So the Ryman you mentioned with Green Sky, is this your first time performing at the Ryman? I'm sure you've been there before, but I'm
yeah.
not sure if you've played there before as well.
I have, yeah. I played there with different bands that I was in at the time, and or different acts that needed a guitar player, and I'd play with them. To actually be able to sing my own words and play with my band, I've never been able to do that. I used to busk in front of the Ryman after shows would let out and see if anyone would drop some loose change in the guitar case, you know.
What was a good day for you on a busking day?
Well, the second day I went busking, I made $555,
Oh,
and that was enough to buy a Telecaster.
wow.
Yeah, because the first day I went busking, I had an acoustic guitar and nobody could hear me, and I was kind of disheveled and uninspired. And we were walking past this bar called Legends Corner, and it has about a door that's maybe a little bit wider than the one to this fine studio we're sitting in now. And in that moment that it took for my dad and I to walk past that doorway, Randy Hall, Woodstock 69, was playing, and he saw I had a guitar case on my back, and he called me out from the microphone and said, "Hey kid, you want to come pick a little?" And I never played on stage before, and that was the first time I picked up a Telecaster and played any kind of country music or anything like that. And from that point on, I was hooked. I don't use the word revelation very lightly, but that was definitely a revelatory moment of insight for me in my life, because it was something that I finally was able to see a vision for where I could apply my personality that I was born with and my creative drive and everything I had to say. And it all came to me very fast. And, you know, that night, my mom and I took out an old Converse shoebox, and she has beautiful handwriting, my mom, very gracious lady, and because my handwriting's terrible. And she wrote, you know, saving up for a Telecaster on there. And the next day we went down there, and I made enough money to buy one off Craigslist.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was great, you know. Pulled out the Piggly Wiggly off Franklin Road there, right near a Guitar Center. So, yeah.
Congratulations on that. That's amazing. I haven't heard of that. I mean, that's a good busking day.
That was a good one. Yeah, there was a lot of back in the day. That was before you needed a license to busk. That was before Broadway turned into a whole Megillah like it is now. So you could just show up down there and park your car right on the street, you know. And
So what's a license cost?
I don't even know. I was done busking by the time that,
Gotcha.
you know,
That
because I would go
the
down
new
to the
rule.
bars. I you know, all the because back in the day, like all these legendary session players that would tour with George Jones and Johnny Paycheck and Waylon and Hank Jr. and Merle and Buck Owens and all these musicians that played with these fantastic singers and artists and writers, they would all be playing downtown, and they could tell that I meant business. Like I really wanted to learn,
Yeah.
you know, how to play a Bob Wills song, right? You know, like not just G, but how to actually go. And like really do the walking bass line and like really learn.
Yeah.
And they really opened their arms up to me, and I was able to,
Right.
you know, learn all that stuff. And
You weren't kidding around.
yeah, even though I was a kid, yeah, still am, I think.
Nothing wrong with that. Keeping
No.
that sense of you, you know?
No, you got to enter the kingdom as a child. You know, it's a great luxury to be able to do that and to pause and consider the space that holds, especially as much as we tour. It's really easy and predictable to become very sour and view everything as a monotonous trip, more or less. But the reality of the situation is that inspiration lies within, you know, every molecule that we interact with. So yeah, that's kind of where I try to operate now when it comes to playing and singing.
Well, we just love what you do. It's been a pleasure to meet you, and
Likewise.
congratulations on everything that's going on with you and where you're going. And in Columbus tonight, we're happy and grateful that you took the time to do this with us for today. And we'll do one more giveaway after Daniel Donato takes us out with this third song. Reflector is his brand new album.
Yep.
3 months fresh, I guess, right about there.
15
and
weeks, yeah, out with Retrace Music, best record label. Yeah, and I think we're still in the top 10 on Americana.
Yep.
My radio team's not failing to let me know how much of an achievement that is, which is great.
It is, yeah.
So yeah, and we just hit AAA radio too at Dance in the Desert, which is a song that I was thinking about playing today, but it doesn't really make sense with me just to play it because it's more or less like a dance, Waylon Jennings, Jerry Reed kind of song. So you would need the band for that really to tell the full story. But this song I'm about to play, Half Moon Night, I wrote this all in my head in like 10 minutes. I had a guitar next to me, and I didn't even pick it up to write it. So I don't think we've played this one on the radio yet, so this will be the first one.
Little debut here, WCVE. It is Daniel Donato, live from Studio A. Thank you again.
Thank you.
There's a half moon tonight, half moon tonight, half moon tonight in Tennessee. And as I watch it glow, I come to know that moon's a whole lot like me. Oh, that half moon tonight, half moon tonight, half moon shining in the sky, like a soul that's half full. Gravity pulls us both close to the light. I'm gonna shine, 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 no matter how dark it may be. I'm gonna shine, shine all through the night, like that half moon of Tennessee. Half moon tonight in Tennessee. Oh, and even the wind stops listening to hear the songs it'll bring. Oh, that half moon, it says, half moon, it says, half moon, oh, it does say, there ain't nothing to fear, tomorrow is near, with it brings a new day. I'm gonna shine, 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 no matter how dark it may be. I'm gonna shine, shine on through the night, like that half moon of Tennessee. I'm gonna shine, 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 no matter how dark it may be. I'm gonna shine, shine all through the night, like that half moon of Tennessee, that half moon of Tennessee.